Well, well, well. What have we here? Looks like you're on another aimless adventure. Thank you for joining us on this aimless adventure, coming to you from the backwaters of the Wekiva River, just about a couple miles from Wekiva, or is it Wekiwa? I believe it's Wekiwa Springs here in Florida. Now, in order for me to navigate this here yak, yes, I'm in a different one, going barefoot. Well, hello there, aimless adventurer. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a little journey that way, shall we? Gonna pause this one from time to time and occasionally block it with my hand. Hang tight. Let's find some critters. Maybe. We are back, only a couple 100 feet from the last time, but I wanted to share this view with you guys. That is very cool. Not sure if we can make it underneath that little bridge or not. Let's give a couple strokes of ye old paddle and see what happens. Ah, we're getting closer. Problem is, we're getting closer to this shrub of this palm, which no doubt, I don't know if you can pick that up, but there are a whole bunch of spider webs there. We'll make our way underneath this bridge. Now, I'm no carpenter, but I'm pretty sure that this is what they call no bueno. You'll hear off in the distance some yahoos up the river that way, about a mile. There's a large bar called Wekiva Island. Let's pretend we don't hear them and let's watch this bird hunt. You can see him. Look, follow it right down here. He's right there. Well, it appears that we've interrupted his foraging. Apparently he was hunting for some fish, and we disturbed him. And I'm sure the racket going that way did not help. Speaking of help, it's time to duck. How low can you go? Wow. Pardon the thrashing back and forth, but I almost put my hand on a spider on that tree. All right. As you can tell, the folks that go by, they have no idea we're even here, because we're not wearing fluorescent orange or green or making a bunch of noise. There's that freaky spider. I don't know if you can see it jumping. That thing's nuts. I don't know what that spider is, but it's almost the size of my hand, super, super skinny, and it's doing this on its web. that close to possible hospital visit. Not that the Gators couldn't put you there, but anyway. All right, we're going to hit the river, which is just out past these lily pads. And I will check you later. Saw a couple gators earlier, but had to get off the river, man. It's way too busy out there. This is a Thursday afternoon, probably around 2 o'clock. All right, enough of that silence. Let's go check out more stuff like this. Burn your retinal glands. Wow. We are back out onto the Wekiva River. Floating about. Or, to my Canadian friends, a boat. No pun intended. Kinda. We're about to encounter civilization in rented canoes. Splish splash. Someone's taking a bath. Needless to say, we are back. Not that we really went anywhere, but we did hit the pause button. Glad to see that you're still here. What do you think of these? Not a lot of humor, not a lot of pace going on. Just kind of chilling, floating around in a kayak. Some folks like it, so I'm going to keep putting them out. Wanted to show you something here. I don't know if the phone will pick it up without me dropping it in there. But you can see the... hopefully you can see it without the reflection. That grass down there. There's a better right there. That's called eel grass. And just kind of floats about. Anyway, occasionally you'll get in a low area, and that stuff will make it a challenge to paddle. Man, it's late in the day here. Not a lot of critters out. But it is scenic. Looks like it's just us and that dragonfly. Yes, we're floating sideways again. We are currently on the kayak superhighway. Folks to the front, folks to the back, or vice versa. Well, apparently, we have some visitors. And I'm not talking about critters, unless you count that pit bull as a critter. Well, never thought I'd see a pit bull cruising around here. Pit bulls, gators. Kayak is totally safe. Woo! Now I realize that some folks may take offense. Not literally, not sure what you'd do with it once you had it. But at the old pit bull gator thing, comment. I love gators, and I have no problem with pit bulls. I just don't want to be attacked by either one of them. I have my own challenges. Skeeters. Uh-oh. And thunder. Alright, I found us some backwater stream coming through, cutting off the river. See up ahead I got a little navigating to do, so I'll pause up at that point, looking to see if we can find any critters. There's a gator, right there. See his head just sticking out of the water? Yep. He's just chilling. And we're just paddling on by. I brought some lunch, and I plan on eating it. Time to paddle. Upon further review, I've decided not to go that direction, because there are way too many stumps. We'll say hello to our gator friend again. See his head? He is right there. Whoa. Still adjusting this 240-pound frame to this new kayak. Maybe vlogging and kayaking are a bad combination. Perhaps. Onward. Alright, the thunder is starting to creep up in the distance. Not sure if it's heading this way, but based on those clouds, it is a little darker than it was an hour ago. And my spidey senses say it's probably close to wrap-up time. So I'm going to get my paddle on upstream. That's getting close. I'm going to get my paddle on upstream. Hopefully I'll be able to check back with you guys here. Got to use a little energy paddle on upstream. It's not super fast current or anything by any means, but anyway, going to use both hands here, get my paddle on, check you guys on the other side. In the event for some reason this thing shuts off or I don't get a chance to see you again, no, I'll see you. I don't plan to be gator poop today or any other day. Matter of fact, who does? Anyway, I'll check back. Don't forget to check us out on the social networks. Aimless Adventures, all one word, Instagram, Facebook. Give those a like, a share, a follow. And go ahead and subscribe to this channel. It's absolutely free, just like that thunder you hear in the distance. I gotta navigate this log. Before we go, due to the thunder, now that These folks got in their paddle by. They were kind of freaked out that they saw a gator. I was kind of checking this thing out. Bam! House boat. Or shed boat? House shed. If you made it this far in the vlog, comment or throw a hashtag down there. House shed. Alright, gotta get paddling. I think I said house shed. I meant shed boat or boat shed. Shed boat, hashtag shed boat, hashtag whatever I'm trying to say. I need food. My blood sugar's low. Woo! Well, it looks like our adventure, sorry about that bump in the camera, is coming to a close, soon to be an end. We're coming up on Wekiva Island here. I got about a mile paddle past that to Wekiwa Springs. And then I'm going to get my lunch on. Now, if you think about coming over here to Wekiva Island, keep in mind they have limited parking. I guess technically it is an island. It's built out on this little area, and you got to drive over a bridge to get to it. So I guess technically that'd be an island. It's not super huge. They do rent canoe, I believe. I know they rent kayak, $10 to launch if it's your own boat. If you have your own kayak, $10 to launch. In the event that you want to rent one, not sure how much those were, but you can check it out. It's called Wekiva Island. Check them out on your interwebs and go from there. But you can they've got all kinds of games over there, volleyball and kids hanging out. It is an adult beverage location, so you do have a lot of folks drinking. You got some language when the beverages get flowing. I don't hang out there for the obvious reasons. And anyway, you can see the giant canoes floating about there like hovercraft. Folks on the beach, folks on a little John boat cruising by. That's weird. Whatever he's smoking smells like cotton candy. Now I want some cotton candy. Dang it. Alright, I got a paddle. Current's going. I'll see you in a minute, maybe. Alright, here's another little quick look. They do on Wekiva Island rent canoes. Also bungalows and beverages and food and other assorted goodies. And that barbecue grill right there, right there looks awesome. I want some ribs. How much for one rib? Here's a super fast disclaimer. Feel free to pause if you're going to the Wekiva River. Hopefully you got that. Sure you did. A couple places to chillax underneath this bridge. Now let me give you the old proverbial spindorama and a little look-see back at Wekiva Island. Folks are canoeing towards me. I'm in the middle of the road. Gonna pause. Well. Excitement is going wild. Hog wild, if you will. Back at ye old Riverside Pub. But that's not my concern. My concern is these creepy little fish that are all over my foot down there. See them? They're biting my foot. They're nibbling at my feet. That's what you wanted to see. My feet in a vlog. They're nibbling. And then these characters right here, I don't know what they're up to. This one's coming in awful shallow. They are cruising everywhere. Look at them. Are they trying to eat my feet? These little fish? Look at them. Shone. Not quite sure what's going on. The thunder's starting to crack, but the sky's opening up. Looking nice. Gonna get my lunch on right here. Catch you guys on the flip side, possibly, unless this thing fills up the data card. Gator cam coming at you right there. Little tiny one, maybe about 3-4 feet, just chilling. All right, if the current actually cooperates, actually I think it'll just do its thing. If I can maneuver us, I'm going to try and do a little float by on that gator we just saw. It's been a little busy here, a lot of folks paddling through, so let me see how close I can get us with, you know, within reason. I want to respect his territory and not be a burden, too much of a burden anyway, on the critter. Let these folks pass here. This should probably put us in within, I'd say, 5-10 feet maybe. I don't know if I want to get any closer than that. All right. He'll be chilling right on the other side of this log. Unless those folks have scared him away. Quite a few people came paddling through. Oh, there he is. Little baby gator chilling on the log, yeah. Oh. I guess technically that's not a baby. However, ooh, the skies have darkened. Ooh, that got all kind of green. Check that out. Watch the effect. Green. All right, I think I'm going to just paddle on back and call it a day. Thanks for joining us on another aimless adventure. Thunder's rolling. No Garth Brooks reference intended, but I guess it's there. So thanks for joining us on this aimless adventure, getting our float on here on the Wekiva Springs, Wekiva River. Actually, this would technically be the Wekiwa Springs. Down the road here a little bit, it meets up with Rock Springs and becomes the Wekiva River system. Of course, it does say here, notice a fee is required to enter the state park, $2 per person, that's by boat. Please pay at the Canoe Beach or at Canoe Beach. If you're going to come here in a car, it is $6. If you got like a full car, it costs me $4 because I'm by myself. All by myself. That was horrible. Horrible. Terrible. And horrible at the same time. Y'all have a good day. See ya.